6:30 p.m. Eastern. Shelby's World Live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Radio podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything, can light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, her role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.
Shelby's World Podcast.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all living? How y'all loving? All that good stuff. I do believe my my streaming service is having an issue because as soon as I was just hitting live, I got an email that just popped up. So y'all gonna have to go with just my voice today and just have a visual effect. I don't know. That just happened like literally as soon as I clicked live because I was just looking at myself 2 seconds ago. But how y'all doing? What's going on? What's happening? Welcome to SW Live. It's Wednesday, August 5th. We are in the end of the third quarter of the year. No, sorry. We're in the third quarter of the year, not the end of it. So welcome in. I just wanted to at least remind y'all of our date because that's one thing that I'll typically forget to what day we on because, you know, the days be running. They be running fast, y'all. They really be running into each other. So, yeah, we're just trying to keep up. Now, let me do the quote of the day real quick. See, it's like putting everything on the screen except me. That's ugly. He who looks outside dreams. He who looks inside awakes. That's a very, very deep quote to me because I do believe that a lot of us are complacent with what we have in the world versus the things that we should be actually doing. We do get comfortable and get very, very stagnant. And just because we living and going, we be like, okay, we doing enough. But no, sometimes you need to do more. You need to do more. If you want more, you got to do more. So he who looks outside, they continue to dream about what they want to do, how they want to do it, and all that good stuff. But he who looks inside within themselves are truly awakening. They're going through an awakening. And that's beautiful to me. I don't know how you feel about that, but I do deem growth as an inevitability, especially if you got things that you're trying to do. You can't grow without the possibility of going through things to get there, meaning that you have to fight. You got to climb. You got to go through a couple of walk through a couple of chapters before you get to the end of the book. You know, it's never just going to be a simple consciousness. So, but continue to wake up. Don't be just the spirit of getting comfortable. Don't stay with that spirit too long. It will help you falter and fail, staying stagnant like that. So he who looks outside dreams. He who looks inside awakens. Take that as you will. All right. So today we're going to just do a little temperature check. I'm not going to hold y'all too long today, especially not because y'all can't see my beautiful face. But before we jump to the temperature check, hold on. Let me just show y'all something real quick. Since it's allowing me to show y'all all kind of stuff except for what I really need to show y'all, I'm going to go ahead and see if I could. It might not even allow me to click it. Ain't that something? I had a picture I wanted to show y'all. Let me see. Let me see if it'll allow me to do it. Because I want it. Maybe. Okay, so I wanted to show y'all this picture. This is August 2024. I just wanted to show y'all just how short my locks was when I was starting off that year. You know what I'm saying? That was my I got my locks. Well, that's not the year I got them. I got them December 2023. But I was almost a year in on this picture right here, and I am almost 3 years in now, y'all. My locks are so long, and y'all can't even see under that. I need to just take this down because I can't even prove my point. My point was to show y'all how they looking now. They have grown dramatically. So anyway, we're doing a temperature check today, and we're going to talk about, I want to just have a quick check-in on what's happening with my fellow Black Americans, where y'all heart at, where y'all soul at, where y'all sound at, how y'all feeling. Let me know in the chat what y'all got going on, how y'all, what y'all got going on. I want to make sure everybody good. Because we do have to check in on one another every now and again, because we know that life can be very, very disparaging sometimes for a lot of us. And it's also times where we feel like we ain't doing enough. We just want to quit and give up. And that's just not the case. That's just not the case. We can't do that. So sometimes you need to talk to people, reach out to people, hear from people. Especially if you're that person that's always checking in on people. If no one's checking in on you, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be issues with that. It's gonna be issues with that because everybody needs somebody. Not gonna lie, I'm tired and ready to fight. Okay, all right, there go. Let's go, champion. D, it's been time. I don't know. It's been time, and it's gonna be time when we actually don't have nothing else to do but to put the boot to the ground. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We gotta at least understand the formulation of what's to come, and it's things that are coming. But what's going on, D? I hope all is well. Not beyond the fact that you're tired. I hope all is well. While we sit and muscle through the barriers that are set against us and the constant criticisms, finding out more and more that we as Black people barely have allies, and these people look like us and we barely have that. So we have so many people having issues with supporting us, even though we stand in lines to support everybody. We are stand up people. I don't give a damn how many times we may harm each other. When it comes to being a supportive collective, that's what we do. So we need to do that more for one another. And I've been tired. Thought it was time for us to be doing that. It'll get there. I'm hoping that before I leave this earth that it happens. Because we're gonna have grandchildren that's coming into this time. Some of us already have them, and to have to see children be brought into a world where it's so much bull going on. Like, you got people that just very blatantly in your face racist now. And I want to remind people, calling out racism doesn't make you racist. That's one thing that racist people do, is be quick to throw back just because you said that was so racist. Oh, you racist. I don't give a damn what you say. If, in all honesty, you can't even hurt my feelings or try to make me feel less than by trying to call me something when I know you sit in my face trying to play in my face. Like, you cannot. And it's a hot climate right now. And people are literally using this hot climate to constantly be belligerent, attack people, try to pull people into BS to try to make you react. And see, the thing is, what people are not understanding is that they're going to react now. All of that, we're going to try to keep it cool because we ain't trying to go to jail type stuff. These people reacting. They're not studying that. Y'all not about to just sit in people's face and play in their face. You're just not gonna do that right now. And let me go ahead and say a reminder again. I don't know what's going on with my streaming app. It has went out my face. It's letting everything else show. Is letting y'all see the comments. It's letting or it's allowing me to put the comments on. I don't know if y'all were able to see the picture of me. If y'all were able to see that, it's allowing those things to happen, but it's not letting me put the stuff on the screen. So I'm kind of stuck with just letting y'all hear my voice today. I like I said, I got an email right when I hit for my show to play the music, for the intro to start. The email came in telling me that I'm invisible, basically. So yeah. Anywho, yeah, let me just say this again. Let me just say again that's the reason why y'all can't see me. It's something that's going on with the streaming app. They said they were having some vision issues, and it would happen right before I go live. So, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to talk through it, and then we'll and I'm gonna let y'all go. But as Black people are starting to seeing more and more of the trend of people showing their lack of support, different cultures and different things happening of that nature, it's becoming imperative that we start to be more of a collective, and we're seeing it more and more. We're standing up for our own, and we're making sure that our own are heavily protected. And I don't want to, and I'm tired of every time we say that Black people standing for Black people, everybody want to talk about Black people don't do this, Black people don't do that. Shut up. Just shut up. Because just chill. You're not going to get everybody that's going to be on board with doing what's right for Black people. But I don't know, you don't always got to remind the whole collective of what some not doing, because trust me, the collective already know. It's so much. It's just so much. Y'all don't know when to just chill. When y'all see people, as soon as y'all see us being okay with each other and happy with each other and kumbaya and shit, here y'all come. Nancy, negative Nancy's. All the time. And we sick of that. If you ain't got nothing positive to say, just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. That's just that. So it's just too much. It's too much. So we need to just continue to realize that there were times that we did stand beside, and there were times that it was always times when we stood beside. You're gonna have people over here that decide not to stand beside, and that's just that. You don't got to keep calling them out. You ain't doing nothing but wasting your time calling them out anyway. Who you think you helping and hurting by doing that? They don't care. They already know who they are. Like that man that's talking negative on this whole Nolan Wells situation. We know, bro, it's one of you every 2 years that pop up and start doing that and getting a loud microphone. But as soon as something happened to you, they're gonna be just as silent. Nobody cares about the negative person. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. In all honesty. Okay? So the focus needs to be just more on the fact that that this has to happen. Being together has to happen. Formulating more situations that help us has to happen. It just, other than that, it's nothing else to discuss. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear you negative. We tired of that. Every time we feeling good about something, here y'all come with your negative. Every time. Going on somewhere. All right. Next on the quick agenda, I got informed earlier today, that this young man by the name of Jalen Polk, Jalen Polk, or Jalen Polk. I'm gonna keep it as Jalen, but he is a young NFL player. It says young NFL players increasingly choose early retirement to protect their long-term health, to manage mental burnout, or pursue personal goals away from the intense physical toll of football. High-profile early departures, such as 24-year-old Jalen Polk stepping away during training camp, highlight a broader shift where players prioritize life quality over a prolonged career. Common reasons for early retirement include health and safety, where there's a growing awareness of chronic traumatic disease, which is CTE, where concussions and severe joint or shoulder injuries prompts players to walk away before accumulating permanent damage. Smart decision. Mental burnout. The year-round pressure demanding rehab cycles and intense scrutiny can drain a player's passion for the sport and personal priorities. Many athletes retire to focus on family life, raising children, or building business opportunities outside of football. So just like you can go on a job and work 2 to 4 years and get you a nice amount of money, get you a salary, save some money, invest some money, and you leave, that's exactly what they're doing. They're taking the chance and the opportunity to go out and put themselves in a position to grow, but also where they can be injured. And instead of staying prolonged years, they're taking their money and running with it. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but I think it's a smart move. I think the investment opportunity of investing in yourself and the physical well-being of yourself, I think all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like that's just so smart. I know everybody else not going to think that, but I just really believe that that's one of the smartest things that these young men could have been, that they are deciding to do for themselves, because they're going to play the heck out of you, try to get every dollar out you anyway. And then when you develop these issues, there's nothing that happens. There's nothing. Like, they're not running to your rescue to make sure that y'all are taken care of. If you don't got no money from your time being in the career, you really dead. You really dead. And it's a sad thing to see, but that's just the way it is. If you're not putting the money to the side to take care of yourself, to make sure that you have everything you need if something happens to you where your family is even taken care of, it's not going to happen. You don't have the NFL to look after you. So go ahead and do what you got to do to take care of your people. Simple as that. So anywho, again, temperature check. How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? When it all boils down now, who you got? All right. So that job going to replace you. Okay. Lately I've been seeing so much self-hate. I've been noticing that a lot of self-hate is very, very persistent amongst all cultures, all communities, all backgrounds. It's a common thing, but I don't care about all that. I care about the self-hate amongst my people. Real big on that. And self-hate is a persistent pattern of harsh criticism, feelings of worthlessness, and the belief that you are not good enough, often linked to past trauma, perfectionism, depression, or anxiety, and the lack of fitting in. Now, I will say this about my people. We're very, very protective of our spaces. Some of us a little bit more overprotective than others when it comes to who they let into their spaces. So even if you do have the same resemblance to some of us, that doesn't mean that they're going to let you in those spaces. And how they respond can sometimes be a little bit cruel. Not all the time. Sometimes we just protective. It's just that simple. But that people will use the fact that they're not welcome in certain circles as a reason to turn their back on their whole community. On all people who look like them, unless they act like them in the circles that they are in. I hope that wasn't over your head right there. Okay, so we're seeing it happen more and more, where a lot of people are trying to fit into circles that they really don't belong into, and then things like harm is done to those people, and then it happens, and now the family's suffering and everybody going through things because we trust too easily, because we don't feel like we fit into these circles. Love y'all children enough to make them understand that it doesn't matter what circle doesn't allow them, they still the fucking bomb. Because how y'all think that these kids are gonna go out and be strong if you're not putting strength in them, if you're not teaching them the resilience of who they are while they're in your space, while they're in the space that they are supposed to be the most comfortablest. They go out and look for these love and attention from people who don't even look like them, and then those people gain their trust and harm them. Self-hate. They're going to start loving other things Everything about themselves they start to hate, except for the stuff that the other people love about them. What helps? Let me tell you some of the things that can help you change those things, because it is a mental disorder when you start to not like who you are. Identify those triggers that cause that. Noticing what sparks self-crucial thoughts helps to reduce their intensity over time. Whenever you start thinking negative thoughts about yourself and start having unactivated help that that you can't reach out and get. When you're having help that you know that you have access to, that's your activated help. Non-activated help is when people don't even show up for you. But if you got at least one person that you can reach out to that can help you identify those triggers and show you how to move through those triggers, you can get through that shit. Like, you don't have to wake up and just look in the mirror and just absolutely get ridiculed when you look at yourself. You know how many cultures got people in every culture that get up and say, I wish I looked like somebody else. That's not just a Black thing. But it's people in the Black community that get spotlights and get microphones to announce their self-hate. That's what makes it a little bit more ignorant. Is that you go and get one that got 3% of love for their own self, and then they get on a microphone and they just start talking about all the hate they got for Black people, why Black people are this and why Black people are that. Or even, if every culture does it, but they don't give every culture the microphone, because you know why? You ain't got no Arabs or no Asians going online talking about Asians, or no other Arabian cultures, no Indian cultures, no Asian cultures, none of the African cultures. They're not going online tearing each other down like that. They're not beating each other down. No, they're not. They're doing it to us though. They all getting irate on their own pages though. Everybody got something to say about us, but they're not gonna go online and tear each other down. That's what we go and do. So we can go and get paid and get a microphone and go and show up at a college and sit there with no education whatsoever and start speaking on a whole demographic to 2,500 people. And now you got those 2,500 people that now starting to look at us the way you do, because you only got 3% of love for yourself. Self-hate. Another way to know what to do when you're dealing with another self-hate moment is to challenge your negative narratives. Self-hate often comes from old stories about yourself. Rewriting those narratives is a core part of healing. Changing what people told you they see. Because don't it matter what you see in yourself? Doesn't that matter? Y'all don't like yourself so much till y'all only see what somebody else see? Phew. That's insane, but it's true. It's true. There's so many of us that literally will find one thing wrong with us and throw it out there. And everybody tearing it down. And now you're the topic of discussion, and you sitting there beating yourself up even further. You sitting there allowing it. You don't love yourself at all. Therapy is like trauma-focused therapy or compassion-focused therapy help interrupt self-critical patterns. And I giggle at that, because not that I don't think that therapy helps, because of course therapy helps. I giggle at that because people still believe therapy is terrible. They feel like, saying what's bothering you out loud doesn't really help them. Yes, it does, because you've been swallowing it for 25 years. You've never addressed it. So sometimes addressing it gets it out of your system. And knowing who you're addressing it to, not just addressing it to somebody who don't care. Not just addressing it to somebody who don't care. Talking to people, loving on people, and getting that love in return is super important. It's super important. Treating yourself with the same kindness that you offer others can soften the hostile inner voice. So we definitely have to start making sure that we turn off that inside noise. You know how they say when you're hearing them voices, you got to find a way to get those voices out of your head. And that's not just for people who are going through like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. That's, you will literally sit up and you can hear your own thoughts. You can hear they running over and over in your head. So with that being said, you got to sometimes get rid of that hostile inner voice. If it's telling you that you're not good enough, if it's reminding you of what you're going through on a regular basis, if it's hurting you or making you feel some type of way, get rid of it. Get rid of it. You got to, because otherwise you're going to continue to beat yourself up. You're going to continue to be a harm to yourself. And also addressing isolation, because self-hate often grows in silence. Safe, supportive relationships help counter disoriented self-perceptions. Reminding yourself and being around people who are going to show you love. Not around people who are going to remind you of why you feel the way you feel, but being around people who are actually going to like speak life into you, talking to you about things that matter, reminding you of why you're doing what you're doing and why you're going so hard and why they're so proud of you and the things that you're doing. That's a common practice of getting better. It reduces the noise. So you're going to have to start learning how to reduce the noise. That helps a lot with self-hate. And self-knowledge is a profound journey that leads to wisdom, authenticity, and personal growth. So when you're thinking about being isolated, remember that you really just can't grow alone. You can walk that path to get there, but even while you're getting there, you still got to have people along the way. You're going to have to face the obstacles that are along the way. It just needs a whole lot more authenticity within the people who you have surrounding you. So it's all on you too. If you want to remember that you are a divine person without other people having to tell you that on a regular basis, you got to tap into it. You definitely got to tap into it. So, yeah, I do think that we definitely have to do that. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Just check in on y'all, see how y'all energy feeling, how y'all spirit feeling, what y'all got going on. Is there things that you need to, talk about, get off your chest? And we'll always do that. All right. So yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And I gotta see when they're gonna have this back up and running, because I don't like that. I did not like not being able to visually even show y'all me today. But y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of y'all Wednesday, the rest of y'all week. Be blessed, be good, be mindful, and be aware of your surroundings. Take care now.
6:30 p.m. Eastern. Shelby's World Live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Ready your podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything, can light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, her role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.